Well, what do you know? I lost the roll. And I have... I think I'm gonna keep it. Like, I have 7 planes, the most of any card in the deck. And if I can get one by turn 3, I'd be happy. I'm on the draw. And obviously I would like one sooner, especially when you have Alabaster Mage and Gideon's Lawkeeper. But it is definitely not end of the world unless he really starts stepping on my neck. Now if I don't get a land at all, then that's going to be a whole nother concern. But Monolith could bail me out quite a bit. And that's why it's in here, because I knew I was probably going to need some... Potentially I would need some color fixing. Okay. At this point, I think my best bet is Monolith and Lawkeeper. And then next turn, potentially I can tap down and put out a Veteran. If he attacks and doesn't have a play, I could attack with my Lawkeeper, activate my Gorehorn. Definitely have some options. I have a feeling this is going to be a Vampire Outcast heading out, but no. That did not happen. So let's see whether or not I can attack him, or whether he's going to wring my flesh. Nope, no ring flesh. I wonder if he's mono-hosed. I was playing a multicolor deck and just hasn't drawn it. Or whether he... I mean, maybe he's saving a Doomblade that he's going to play right now, or who knows what his trick is. Looking at the board state right now, I almost have to play that Oblivion Ring on a reassembling skeleton. Just because he's going to be able to block me long term. There also could be something said for Gorehorn Minotaur crashing in. I think I'll take a swing with the Gorehorn, see what happens. If he blocks him now, he won't be able to block with him next turn. And I think in the current state of the game, I would be better off getting rid of that Shade. Shade and all of his pump present more of a threat. Here, I think I just let him through. I don't want to lose my Sarah Angel to a combat trick. If he's pumping, then he's not doing something else. I could Alabaster Mage and gain back all this life if I so desire. think that might be what I do. So I can gain 9 life. While dealing 9. Or if he wants to sack his army, he can trade Swarm for Sarah. And what I like about that is if he decides to hold back the shade, he swings with the ghoul. Oh, he's going for it. I'll let him. I can gain back that life each turn. Maybe Doomblade now? Well, I guess if he has a mana available, he could reassembling skeleton his way to a kind of fun devouring swarm situation. But I think we just go ahead and attack with the team, force him into shenanigans, because he would have to bring it back, sack it, and he would have to sack another creature. And that would be to trade, not even to kill my guy. Okay, and he wasn't going for that. He was just getting... Always nice to hear from a fan. Okay, so if we get a couple of veterans, and next turn, depending on what he plays and whether he attacks, I would think sometime soon he's going to have to stop attacking, but sometime soon we could Oblivion Ring our way into a good situation. I think that's probably right now. Unless he has an answer that I don't anticipate. We should be able to get through with our Sarah. Probably trade a veteran for a ghoul. I'll chump the Gorehorn. Nope. And apparently his math just added up to not getting there. So, 3 colors. Didn't screw me, but in that game it didn't benefit me either. What if... Let's just... I don't know. He won't have any way to remove it, but he can Doomblade something. We'll just submit. I think actually I got a pretty bad draw on mana that time. And still survived, and that looks pretty good. Fire Slinger to Monolith to Sarah's Angel if I get one more land. No, I don't want to mulligan. And having the Elite and the Oblivion Ring are not bad consolation prizes either. if I get to a Gorehorn. It would be nice to have that as an option. And drawing an Alabaster Mage means I can actually drop something this turn. Now at this point, I would probably, if he offered the trade my Fire Slinger for his Onyx Mage. Because Death Touch can be pretty tough to deal with. And here, again, if he offers the trade, I'd trade my Mage for his Ghoul. I'd trade my Fire Slinger for his Mage. Ultimately, what I'm hoping for here is a situation kind of like this, where I can deal some damage and get out a beefy Gorehorn. And then, if he doesn't have enough mana to cast a creature and to activate the Death Touch, I'd be able to Oblivion Ring his Mage and get through for something decent. But I think the flying creature is actually going to be more of a threat to me than his Death Touch ability. And he's not going to block with either one of these. So I can get in for 5. I can get a Serra Angel out to be able to apply some pressure through the unfriendly skies. And then, again, depending on what he casts and what he leaves back and some of those things, probably taking out the Shade is going to be my best bet. So if I take out the Shade, I can get through for 4 in the air. Well, that was fortunate. He must have thought I was going to take his Onyx Mage. Which I guess I could see where he was coming from. But now, he left it so that he can't kill the Gorehorn unless he double blocks. Which he's willing to do. Fair enough. And this kind of becomes that classic, how far do you overextend? And I'm willing to go pretty far. Because if he doesn't have an answer to flight, I win. And I got it. And nice thing is I knew I had an elite in hand, so if that didn't work out, there still was a chance. Okay, so playing 3 colors in an 8-4, somehow I was able to win. And I was the first one to win. And so I'll see you for round 2.